Hello, my friends. So, I would like to share with you a little bit about the Esterbrook Write Your Story Fountain Pen Journal. It is a really wonderful journal that I very much enjoyed. I am not a professional at doing these sort of reviews, so I hope you are willing to just be warned, be forewarned. I'm going to mess up and say a lot of stupid stuff, and that's just going to have to be the way it is. So the cover is a very plush vegan leather trim with gold foiling and these flourished details. The journal itself just feels very soft and warm in the hands. It's very pleasurable tactile feel to it. It's got a back pocket here. And you'll see first, that's the belly band that comes with the journal. And I always keep mine. And I put them in the back pockets of all my journals. I'm not sure why I do that, but it's just something that I do. It also comes with these really cute fountain pen nib stickers. Now, I personally didn't use them because I just felt like they were a bit too fancy for my journaling. If I were a person that did, really pretty collages, then maybe I would use them. Just one of my favorite funny pictures of my girls. And so those just get tucked away back in the back pocket there. And away we go to continue talking about the journal. So the end pages are actually really interesting. They tell like a short summary of the story of Esterbrook, which many of us already know. These end pages are meant to sort of give us some creative inspiration to kind of get you started in the beginning of your journaling. This journal was a collaboration with Betty Soldi, who is an author, a wordsmith, calligrapher, designer, creator of amazing things. She has a book out called Inkspired, and Inkspired is a book all about the beauty of how handwriting makes you feel. So she takes you on a very personal journey to develop your own creative handwriting. So I need to apologize in advance if you can hear the peals and peals of girlish laughter that are in the background. Yes, there is no quiet here. So I accidentally pulled a page out there, and so I just had to washi tape it back in. So with my Esterbrook journal here, nothing goes better with my journal than pens, right? In this particular journal was where I got my very first Esterbrook Estie in Scarlet. And I got the journal and the pen from Anamoya where I work. And I fell in love with my Scarlet Estie. Oh my gosh. Since getting this journal and my first Esterbrook's Estie, I've fallen in love with Esterbrook. The only Esterbrook I have ever owned since before owning any of these was a vintage Esterbrook J, and it writes like a dream. And I never thought that I would own anything else Esterbrook. Well, now I do, and I'm so happy to share it with you. So back to the journal. There are 190 pages in this dot grid A5 journal with its off-white pages. Now, these are not the kind of annoyingly yellow off-white pages that some journals have. This is a nice, like, ecru color, I believe is how you say it. They not only boast that they are fountain pen friendly, but that they're also anxiously waiting for you to not just write, but also paint and collage. The paper is 80 pounds, 80 GSM. And it reminds me very much of the smoother Leuchtturm paper. So in my experience, there are two types of Leuchtturm paper. There's the incredibly toothy kind that I can't stand writing on. And then there is this, random, smooth, just the right amount of tooth Leuchtturm that makes writing in a Leuchtturm very enjoyable. And this paper reminds me of the good kind. It's great. There's no feathering, no bleeding, just the right amount of what it takes to make amazing paper. All of my sheening inks sheened beautifully. My shaders were really nice to write with. It wasn't so porous that it would suck my ink out and make a broader line than what my nib actually was. So that was really nice. So coming up in here in just a second, you're going to see my favorite Hobbits, Elijah Wood. My husband and my 2 daughters got to go to the Atlanta Comic Con while I was working, and they got to meet Elijah Wood. So I honored that page with the beautiful Esterbrook bookmark with this amazing infinity charm on the bottom of it, and it just adds so much charm and character to the notebook, I believe. I had to use it to mark the most special page in the entire notebook. This is a really cute little song that I heard. I will not sing it for you, but it's really adorable, and it kind of makes knowing that everyone has bad days sometimes and that it's okay. So I was kind of having a bad day, and so I put it in there. And here I am showing you the red sheen that you can see on my ink there. You know, there really isn't anything about this notebook that I didn't like. The only caveat to it is that it didn't come with an elastic closure. That's not a deal breaker for me though. I took this journal everywhere with me. So my journals don't just live on a desk. They are everywhere. I pack them in my bag, in my purse. They come from room to room with me. They have to be able to withstand a lot of crap. And this journal kept right up there. It really did. It did the job. And it didn't need an elastic closure or any kind of other closure to do it. That's some washi tape, some Esterbrook washi tape that I stole from my boss. It was actually, funny story, sitting behind the counter when we had no customers, and I was looking for a pair of scissors, and so I opened the drawer and I saw washi tape, and I was like, oh, and there's some vintage Esterbrook pens. I was like, oh, look, there's washi. So I just pulled some washi out and just sort of randomly slapped some washi on some pages. And I did that because I knew I was leaving by this point, and so I wanted to kind of remember, there's some washi. Wanted to kind of remember the store, I guess, and Jess. So if you're watching, Jess, sorry I stole your washi. Well, I didn't steal your washi. I just borrowed some of it and put it in my journal. Oh, look at that picture. That is a picture of the Esterbrook, Camden, and Oktoberfest. I cannot decide what I am lusting after more. Is it the Oktoberfest or is it the Esty and Honeycomb? I don't know. I am so torn between the two of them. I figure I've already got 2 Esties, and I absolutely love the look of the Camden. And I don't know. I have no business buying another pen right now. But let's talk more about this journal. This was a great journal, guys. And if I don't like a journal, I'd tell you I don't like a journal. This one was a great one. It's got a $40 price point, and that's a little high for a journal for me, but this was a splurge for me, and I truly enjoyed every page of it. Is another one out there in the future for me? I don't know. Maybe. I did enjoy writing with this. And one of my big things about journals, is if it's the entire writing experience was good enough for me to want to have it again. And it was. I enjoyed this notebook so much that it would make me very happy to have another one in my future. So if I enjoyed this notebook so much, I think maybe you might enjoy it too. So I will leave a link to where you can purchase these from the Anamoya website, but you can also purchase them from esterbrook.com themselves. I thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I'm going to leave you with some weird hand gestures here, and you guys are great. Thanks for watching. Enjoy.